Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Oh, that was deep. So today, this is the style for today. Let me show you the little thing I have going on here. I think it was cute. Yeah. Anyways, back to what I'm gonna talk about today. You guys, I'm telling you right now, life is full of surprises. Here I am thinking I'm just gonna stay in Gambia, live my best life. Next thing I know, I get a message from the Norwegian embassy saying that Swedish embassy have chartered a flight from Gambia to Stockholm, and it's most likely going to be the last flight going to the Nordics from Banjul. Personally, I don't have any problems with staying here, just being here because this is what I want. But all flights are canceled until the unknown. And the Norwegian government have been sending us texts, all of the Norwegian citizens that are abroad, that okay, if you want to return, they're going to be able to help you till 1st of May. So I literally had 2 days to pack my stuff. So here I am, already packed, about to leave tonight. I haven't slept because I don't want to leave. It's bittersweet in a way, but I know I'll be back. But I just love it here. I love Gambia so much, and I also know that the anxiety is not just because I love Gambia so much, but because I've had so much conflicting feelings about Norway and the Norwegian society. Norway is like my relationship with Norway is like the one you have with an estranged parent. Like you really love the parent. Uh, you are grateful and happy that you were born and that they kept you, but you guys don't get along at all. You can't stand each other. Sometimes when it's good, it's really good, but when it's bad, it's awful. So that's the kind of relationship I have with Norway. So, because of the topic and the fact that I'm going back to Norway, I thought I wanted to share a question that I had from one of my followers when I decided that I'm going to start this YouTube channel. And she sent me a question that I think is very relatable to the situation that I'm in today. She said, so, what was your thought process and why did you decide to move to Gambia? And I think I've touched upon it a little bit in the first intro video where I'm saying that I always had a dream and fantasy about living abroad and especially in the Gambia because it felt like home. But my thought process really changed last year. I always come to Gambia during at least once or twice a year. If it's not for Christmas, I make sure that I maybe come for Easter or maybe like February around my birthday or March. So last year during my birthday, I invited like 10 of my best friends to come here and celebrate my birthday with me. It was an amazing time. And as soon as I landed here, I just, put my head on the pillow and my heart just literally just fell on the mattress. Being quite dramatic right now, but I just felt like my heart just felt, it just like landed on the mattress and I just felt at home. And leaving after that trip was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I felt like my heart was still on the mattress and just like was, I didn't want to leave. And I wasn't able to shake it off. It was quite embarrassing. I was at the airport crying. I always cry, but this was like ugly crying. It was really bad. And literally when the plane took off on the runway, I just broke down and just like, I was sobbing. And my friends were like, okay, I've never seen you like this before. What's going on? Why are you crying so hard? I'm like, I don't know. It just felt so wrong for me to leave. I felt like I literally was leaving my heart behind. Like I didn't want to go back to Norway. Okay, I'm gonna go in on something that's a little bit, okay, so it's kind of hard to talk about, but I love Norway. I'm born and raised in Norway. I've spent all of my life. Norway is everything that I know. I'm more Norwegian than anything, if I can say it, like my thought process, sometimes how I think, how I act or whatever, I can't escape it. Although I try to be like, no, I'm not Norwegian, I'm Gambian, I'm African. It just slips out of me like that. Yeah. But I've never really felt at home. And not that it's anything personal that I never felt at home, because I felt like 100% Norwegian in many ways, especially during my upbringing. But it was also always influenced by people saying that no, you do not have the right to say that you're Norwegian because you guys are immigrants, you don't belong here, you have the wrong color, and just all of these battles going on to, trying to take a bus, people holding on to their bags, or not wanting to sit next to you, all of these daily battles that you have. It's very hard to explain, but it's just something that you have to experience to know exactly where I'm coming from. Even the looks, and it's not like minorities or Black people are being paranoid. No, because you know exactly what that look means. That look means that you're not welcome here, or I just wish that you can just disappear, or look at you people, It's not always what people say. I became a very angry person. I was reflecting what I was being exposed to, and I didn't like that at all. I was like, okay, you know what? You are becoming like them. So instead of you becoming like them, let's just remove you from this situation and set you in another setting where I can just, not be constantly bashed about how minorities are a problem to society, how Muslims are coming to take over their country, how Black people are lazy, and also the need to use the N-word. Not all Norwegians, but there are many Norwegians who unfortunately have platforms where they can, share their hate, who feels the need to use the N-word, and that it's their right to use it, and that no minority, especially not Black people, can come and tell them that it's not okay, because they want to know a reason. They want to know why they cannot use the N-word. And what's even more challenging and hurtful in the Norwegian society, unfortunately, Norwegians are they're very shy when it comes to conflicts. They don't like confrontation, not confrontational, if that's the word. They don't like confrontations or conflicts at all. So you can actually sit on a bus and some random person can just come up to you and call you the N-word, or even harass you. And most Norwegians would actually just turn the other cheek. I'm not saying that they agree, but instead of raising their voice and actually stand up for you, take your side, or say anything, they would just keep quiet, look down into their book on their phone, and just turn the cheek. And it comes to a point where you're getting tired of defending the fact that people are shy of confrontations. Sometimes you just want people to be like, you know what? Can you just stand up for me? You see that this guy is harassing me. I know, or you should be against what this person is doing, but by not standing up for me, you're kind of showcasing to him that it's acceptable to behave the way that he or she is doing. Now I know that this is why I try to come back to Gambia as often as possible, because it's like an escape for me. I love it here, but also the fact that I can just be me and not be Hadi or a person based on my color first, Like in Norway, I feel like it's always my color, and then my gender, and then me as a person. Whilst here, I'm me first and foremost, because the color doesn't matter, because we all have the same color. And that sense of freedom, when I talk to white Norwegians about this, they can't seem to understand it, because for them, that's their normal. But for me, being Norwegian and looking different, it's not normal. So you can't really appreciate that, the fact that you can just be who you are and not your color. It's going to require a lot of work. And I think the people who are going to work the most on themselves to, change the way the society is going is actually the ethnic Norwegian people. And I don't think most of them are ready to go there and actually put in the work and see what's going on in their society, because as it is of now, it's quite comfortable for them. But to have these conversations and also come to realization that the Norwegian society is not perfect, it's not as tolerant as we think, it's gonna require a lot of work on the white population side, and it's gonna be very, very uncomfortable. I believe that most of the minorities or people of color in Norway are ready and willing to put in the work and ready to have those uncomfortable conversations, because we have them all the time, or at least we try to have them on the workplace, in school, amongst our friends, in media. We're trying so hard, but I actually believe the rest of the work is up to the white population in Norway, and I don't feel like they're ready. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I really do not feel like the white Norwegian population are ready to look on, the problems that are in the society. And until that happens, until we're ready to have those conversations and everyone get a little bit uncomfortable, we're not going to be able to move forward and actually change the way and the course of direction that we're in right now. And I've been able to stand in it. I've always raised my voice. I've been very active in youth work and also fighting against racism and inequality and all of that. But it's always been an ongoing battle to explain to people that yes, I am Black, I am African, but I'm also Norwegian, because this is where I live, this is where I was born, this is where I pay taxes, this is actually where I contribute to the society. I'm actually not contributing to the Gambian society, I'm actually contributing to the Norwegian society. So this is just as much mine as it is yours. But it's really hard to get that acceptance across the line. So yeah, that's basically my thought process and why I decided to move. Like I said, it has brought a lot of anxiety back to me, the fact that I'm going back to a place. It's so, I don't know what to say. I have this bittersweet relationship with Norway. I love Norway in so, so, so many ways. But it's also been the source of so much heartbreak and so much confusion, self-doubt, even self-hatred at one point, that I don't want to go and expose myself for that again, and then making me become a person that I'm not, someone who's resentful, someone who's bitter, someone who's skeptic towards Norwegians. Which I know isn't fair. I have so many great Norwegians in my life that do not think like, how the society is reflecting itself. But at the same time, I wish that those Norwegians also could stand up and also speak about these things, because even though you don't feel this way, but the society is reflecting something else, that means that we all need to come together and actually work to change society, so that society reflects how majority of the people feel and think. But if the society is racist, it is racist. We cannot say that it's not. The society is racist, and that unfortunately reflects how the majority of the Norwegian people think. Not because it's right, but also because maybe the people who should speak and fight should not only be minorities, Muslims, or immigrants. It should be also ethnic white Norwegians who feel exactly the same. We should all be allies and fight the current situation in the country. So that was my little last jab. But I am also excited to see my family, my friends, and my man. I'm excited to see all of them. I'm excited to... Norway has beautiful nature. I am excited to the quality of air is good. It's springtime, so spring is really, really beautiful. It's my favorite season in Norway. Chocolate in Norway is really, really, really good. Norwegian cheese. like all jokes aside, Norway is my first home, and it's in many ways also my first love. It is also my first language, so I am very much Norwegian as well. But I just see the development going on in Norwegian society is not something that I support and not something that I want to be a part of, unfortunately, unless I can be a person of change that I'm trying to be. But dream is to come and live here in Africa and in Gambia and be with my people. And yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Thank you so much for listening to my words, this story time. Thank you for subscribing. Please like and comment. I would really like to know how your take on this matter is, how you feel, if you experience the same wherever you're from, and if you think that I'm way off or whatever, please share your thoughts with me. I would really, really appreciate that, especially on this topic, because these kind of topics are very, very dear to my heart and something that I would really like to work more on. So please give me your input, and yeah, keep following me, and hopefully I'll be back with something more soon. Mwah.